Welcome to Jackal Digital. I'm Simon, and in this video I will show you how to make the effect that you see now, which is a brush stroke going in circle. But you can apply this to any brush stroke that you want. Now let's get digital. Now let me show you the easiest method to make this effect. You will need an image of the brush stroke and also a video or an image of the background, if you so choose. So let's go to the media pool. Put the two images in, right click, make a new fusion composition, put this onto a timeline, and go into the fusion page. Inside the fusion page, you will want to go to the media pool and put the images in. Because I'm using a background, I will connect it like so. Now the media in one should be the background, but it is not. So select the merge node and Ctrl T to switch between the green and the yellow input. So now we have the brush stroke on the top. Now the image is currently always visible. We want to fix that. How I've done it is using an ellipse. Connect the ellipse to the media in. Uncheck the solid. Increase the size of the ellipse, and also we will have to increase the border width so we see the whole brush stroke. The next step is to animate the position and the length. So this will depend on how you have this orientated, but how we want the animation to go is to maybe go from this position and go in the counterclockwise direction. At least when it comes to this brush stroke. So we'll have to adjust the length and the position. So this about looks right. We can now make the animation. I'll go to frame 10, keyframe the length, and decide on how long you want the animation to be. This will also determine how fast the animation will be. Maybe frame 50, this will be set to 1. Looks good. If you don't like it, you can either delete the keyframe and position it maybe on frame 30. You can also go to the keyframes with the ellipse node selected, then click on the three dots, show only selected tools to see only the selected tool enabled. Make sure that you don't have this selection like so. So you only select a keyframe in this way and move it. If you have this selected, you will move all of the keyframes. So that's it for the basic animation. If you want to repeat it, you can go to the spline, select all of the points. In this case, we'll select all, but make sure that the ellipse is selected. Go to length, select all. And in this case, we can use set loop. Now you can also change the color of this if you want, but before you do, maybe let's go to the merge node and we can change the apply mode. Which mode looks the best? Well, that will depend on the background that you have and also the color of the stroke. So in this case, if you want to change it, use a background node, connect it, and simply change the color of the stroke. Now if I zoom in, we can see some texture of the paper, and this will depend on the apply mode that you choose. You can also add some shadow to this, so it blends in a little bit better. So with the background node selected, shift space, type in shadow, select the bottom one if you want to change the color of the shadow. In this case, I was able to change the color of the shadow. If you select the top one, you can still change it, but it looks different. But this will also depend on the image that you use. In most cases, the other shadow may be a bit better. Now this looks okay. What I also can show you is how to rotate this image, and that is with this transform node. I will connect it, and we can simply use the flip horizontal and flip vertical if you so choose. So that is basically it. Now lastly, what do you do if you have a brush image that is not an ellipse? Well, in that case, you can use a polygon or a B-spline. A B-spline makes automatic handles and it is curved and looks like this. In this case, what you will do is simply also disable the solid, increase the border width. Maybe let me display it on the left side so you can see how that looks like. And you will also simply animate the length and you can adjust the position. In this case, if you wanted to go from left to right, you would have to set the length to 1, position to 1 and animate the position. Or set the position and length to 0 and animate the length to go from right to left. And you probably don't want a brush to be visible in the beginning, so simply use this flat border style to get rid of it, and then it will look like so. And if you don't like the sharp edge, you can also adjust the softness. This goes the same with the ellipse. You can also adjust the softness, and you also have the cap style. I was just in the last stages of editing the video and I saw that I didn't include one section, and that is how to change the color of each individual stroke once it makes a full circle. So how I have done that, I will simply show you with an ellipse, but the process is the same. So this ellipse will be just like so, and I will make a quick animation. So this will be my base animation, and I want to change the color so it is not always black or always a single color. So what I will do is go to the background node, but first check the keyframes of the ellipse, so 8 and 34 in this case. I will simply change the color to something, keyframe it, go to the last frame, keyframe the value again. Actually, you don't have to keyframe the value in the beginning, you can just do it in the last keyframe, go one frame forward, change the color to something else, and then you'll have to play the animation. So at this point, it will change the color, keyframe the value, one frame forward, and change the color again. And repeat this process for as many times as you want. And lastly, we can now enable the cap style to be flat. And that's how that is done. Now let's go back to editing. That's it for this video. If you found it helpful, subscribe to the channel to get more DaVinci Resolve content. I'm Simon, and until next time, Jackal, keep it digital.